In 2023, we took a Viking Mediterranean Italian Sojourn cruise. It started in Barcelona, Spain to Sète and Marseille, France, Monaco, then we hit Florence, Pisa, Rome, Naples, Pompeii, Messina, Sicily, Crotone and Bari, Italy, Šibenik, Croatia, ending in Venice, Italy. Although we docked in Monaco at the Monte Carlo port, we went on 3 different shore excursions from this one location. Each one has its own video, but this one is for Monte Carlo. I suppose the real question here in Monte Carlo is there really anything here to see if you're not gambling? Well, there are a few things, but not a whole lot unless you're into palaces that you can't get into and watching a bunch of cars that cost more than a house in the suburbs. The water was a bit choppy on this one, and as in most of the ports, we were guided in by a pilot boat. You can see where the water is actually right up to some of these newer buildings, and that's because Monaco is in the process of trying to reclaim some land so they can continue to build into the Mediterranean. Some of these yachts were as big as the ship we were on. I can't imagine the wheeling and dealing that must go on here. Although Monaco was directly annexed to the First French Republic in 1793 during the French Revolution, it regained its independence and sovereignty in 1814, both of which were reaffirmed by the 1815 Treaty of Vienna. Monaco is near the French-Italian border, smaller than Central Park in Manhattan or the Mall in Washington. Monaco has no mineral resources, arable land, no army or income tax, and with around 500 police officers for approximately 33,000 residents, there's practically no petty crime, only the big stuff. Its government is named by the ruling prince, now Rainier's son, Albert II, though there is a 24-seat elected legislature. Monaco is a country because it's a leftover of medieval Europe that more powerful neighbors allowed to survive. The House of Grimaldi, the clan that seized control of Monaco in 1297, played Italy, France, and Spain against one another over the centuries, and because of it remained to a degree a sovereign nation. Tourism and gambling, with the kind of gamblers who arrived by yacht and their own private jets, were long the mainstay of the economy. Rainier's great-grandfather, Charles III, started the first of the gambling casinos in the section now known as Monte Carlo in 1863. And the prince is the major shareholder in the company that controls the casinos. As Mel Brooks said, it's good to be king. Rainier faced a crisis in 1962 when Charles de Gaulle, president of France, grew fed up with French citizens taking residence in Monaco to avoid paying French income taxes. He threatened to isolate the principality and cut off its supply of French francs, Monaco's currency, until the advent of the euro. In 1963, Rainier agreed to a treaty that decreed that the French citizens who live in Monaco have to pay income taxes to Paris, and France agreed to defend Monaco should it ever be invaded, which is highly unlikely. No one's going to attack their own money and retreat location. Prince Rainier's marriage to Grace Kelly in 1956 really put Monaco on the map as a high-profile resort. And the prince used low business taxes to lure more than 100 service companies and private banks, mostly foreign owned. Walking through this garden, there is a statue of Princess Grace. The royal residences of the daughters can be seen from here, but only one still actually lives there. The other one didn't like all the tourists, so she moved to another more restricted area. This is a world famous aquarium, and it actually has the deep sea research vessel used by Jacques Cousteau in his ocean research right at the entranceway. The Cathedral of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, known as St. Nicholas Cathedral, is the church where Grace Kelly married Prince Rainier. They are both also buried in this cathedral in the Grimaldi family vault. For some reason, there is a red hue throughout the entire cathedral. This big building is a high school. This is some of the high-priced shopping areas, and it's around the casino and the main hotel with all the fancy cars. How convenient. This is the casino, and if you listen real close, you can hear Sean Connery saying, Bond, James Bond. I have no idea why there are tennis balls on these poles. This is only one of the 3 places we got to visit while we were docked here. Onward to Yves, France.